Get strong.
And then circle back to, is there a more attractive quality for a man than having confidence? Two-part question.
Yeah, and I'm going to just kind of piggyback on the things that I've heard because, you know, women can smell when the confidence is shallow and surface level, especially as a confident person. I built my confidence. I used to not be an attractive person. I was overweight my whole life, but I always had confidence.
We live in this world where someone could be fat, out of shape, not have a job, not have any form of schooling, not impact the world on any level, and still have confidence. I think confidence should be earned. Like, you should either work hard on, like, you go to school, get a job, go to the gym, like, impact the world in a positive way. That is where, like, your confidence should come, and I feel like the world would be a lot better for it. But people think they should just wake up in the morning, yawn, and have all the confidence in the world, and they think their life will be any better than what it is currently. Unfortunately, that's one of the problems on why the world is the way it is, because people think they deserve everything from the world for being nothing more than a normal person.
And I always kind of, when I look back now at my pictures, and I'm like, how was I so confident when I looked like this? And it was because I genuinely liked who I was. And I still do.
No one's saying not to like yourself. All I'm saying is there should be a period of time in your life where your head is down and you are grinding, where you're not focused on anyone else and nothing else around you. You are heading toward a goal. Everyone should be goal driven, and you would get the most out of life. You don't have to meet every goal, but you should set goals that you want to meet. That's as simple as it gets. The more goals you set, the more you'll see your life fall into place the way you envision it to.
And when I meet a guy who's confident, but I can tell he doesn't like himself, then I know that he's building from the outside in versus the inside out. You can have all these assets, you can have the car, you can have the business, but if you don't like who you are, then every time you have a conversation with somebody, that's gonna be at the forefront of your mind because you're thinking, do they like me as a person? You can have a lot of stuff, but we all wanna be genuinely liked for who we are, right? So when I meet people, men who I can tell, you can just tell immediately because they're trying, they're showing, they're peacocking, but I'm like, you're not just settled. You can feel somebody whose energy is settled because they like who they are.
She's right on that metric. You shouldn't tie your self-worth to materialistic things. You should be the man because you know you're growing to the man that you want to be. That should be the mindset you should be in at all times.
And now beyond stand-up comedy, I have a YouTube show where I have to go out and approach people on the street. Go up to people. It's like cold calling, but live,
Nothing
face to
breeds
face.
confidence like rejection.
Yeah,
Like, all
man
right,
on the street,
dust yourself off.
Gotta get people to stop and talk to you in an age where everybody is busy and you don't want to be scammed and whatever. And to be honest, 90% of people stop and talk to me. And I wonder, what is it? And I feel that people can feel my genuine, like, energy and like good nature, and they want to stop because they feel me energetically. And if they don't, and this goes back to stand-up comedy, when people don't laugh, I know my jokes are funny, maybe not to them, and I like who I am, so I'm never really worried about failing because I don't think you're failing when somebody doesn't laugh at a joke. I think you're failing when you don't like who you are as a person.
I think
The reason why people are stopping when she's having these interviews on the streets is because she's an attractive woman. Attractive people don't realize how attractive they are to other people, and they always think that their ability to like conversate and like meet new people doesn't have to like anything to do with their looks. They're so oblivious to the fact that they're attractive, and that's most of the reason why men and females even talk to them. It's crazy. And then on top of that, if no one laughs at your jokes as a comedian, you are not funny. It doesn't have anything to do with you having confidence in yourself. If you're not funny, the crowd will tell you're not funny by no one saying or laughing about anything. Like, it's only women that can think like this. If you're not funny, the crowd will let you know you're not funny. Even Dave Chappelle said such a thing like that.
one word that I was forgetting to use when I were talking about confidence is self-confidence. It kind of starts with yourself, right? Self-confidence, self-esteem. You ever hear that joke that Cat Williams did back in the day, and it was like he's like telling his girl, she's like, you know, you don't help me build myself. You don't help me like improve my self-esteem. He's like, hold on. Hold on. It's called self-esteem. It ain't my job to build up your esteem. It's your self-esteem. I was like, oh shit, Cat Williams is spinning game. If you're not happy with yourself, self-esteem, self-confidence, nobody's going to give that to you. You might have a coach in your ear. You might have a teammate or a player or a friend who can help you with that. But unless you want that shit, you're never going to get it. Jamie, what are you thinking right now? You got to have a lot of self-confidence doing what you do, putting it out there, and then coming on podcasts and being like, how you like me now? Jamie in the house, what's up? So how do you, like, female confidence?
I think society, I don't know, doesn't want women to be confident. A lot of other women don't like confident women. Like, there's jealousy. There's a lot of men who are like, I don't want a confident woman.
I don't know where she gets her information from, but society is not trying to keep women's confidence low. They want it as high as possible so they enter the workforce and keep doing what they're doing, getting away from men. Second of all, there's no man who wants a woman with no confidence. Men want a balance of it, not too confident, not too too much confidence is cockiness. They want an equilibrium where they don't have to constantly reaffirm their girl that they're attractive and that they are the one they want to be with. But there's always this extreme. I don't know why. And it always gets out of hand. It's either you're too confident or you're not confident enough. But there's a middle ground to everything. That's what men want, middle ground. And females, they're not. I've never heard of a female being intimidated by another woman's confidence. It's normally their looks or the caliber of man that they can attract. I've never heard this confidence. But if you want to use that, sure, go ahead.
I think man or woman, a lot of us have been through the trenches, whether that's like a mental battle that you're having internally or the situation that life has given you. And we've all felt very low. We all know what it's like, or at least I feel like at some point, to question who you are and not know like your self-worth. And to become a confident person, like you were going through battle and rejection and having to stay true to who you are throughout all of that. It takes a lot to build a confident person. And I think that with my life and what I've been through, like my family being on front page of newspapers while I'm in high school, like being bullied by adults when I'm like a kid, like really horrible things. And then being overweight, like having everyone tell me, you're gonna fail, you're not gonna do anything. At one point, I was just like, none of these people matter. And I've been told no my whole life, and I had just stayed true and committed to one thing, and that was myself and my dedication to loving myself and creating like peace and happiness for myself. And so through that, through setting boundaries, through being really strong in my voice, and realizing that those people who had something to say were just projecting their own insecurities at me, now I can just move and walk and be like, yeah, this is who I am. And the crazy thing is, I've actually received DMs from people I went to school with like 10 years ago, seeing me on this podcast saying, I remember you always saying like, this is what you were gonna do. And like people didn't believe you, and like now I'm watching you, things like that. And
People believed you're on OnlyFans and that you were gonna start a podcast. I don't believe her at all. And if they did, wow, they think very low of you if they thought you were gonna be on OnlyFans, selling your body. Wow.
So I think it's really important staying resilient through what the world throws at you, because the world's going to throw a lot of shit. There's going to always be someone who doesn't like you. If everyone likes you, you're not doing it right. So.
Yeah, that's right. If you don't have haters, you ain't doing it right.
If you liked the video, I would very much appreciate if you can like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.